George Silas, who is all over this disruptor. And why are we seeing this company making this headway today? George.
Well, actually, it was a pretty nice report, Nicole, for MongoDB, which is actually making a unique.
Again, George, as we take a look, I saw outperforming all of them. Oracle was near the top. Just talk about the dynamic between it and the competitors, which we're more familiar with. I mean, look at how it's really outpacing the rest.
It's a really good question, Nicole. Actually, one of the things about the company. Yeah, so if you look at the pre-market, Mongo hit about $524. Now it's pulled back since then, and I think this is
of the day today. George Silas, thank you very, very much. Great example trade and explanation there. We appreciate it. Thank you. Coming up, it's time for the 360 round. We'll be focusing on the home build company. I know you have a big partnership here with Walmart, making obviously cash accessible to those third-party sellers. What is your role here, and why is it ever more important here going forward?
Great. Hi, Nicole. Thanks so much for having me. As you already hit on, right?
When you provide these funds, you said they can reinvest it into their own business. I think we have to back up because not everybody understands where the third-party play is in Walmart. Because it's, you know, when I think of third party, we think of Amazon or eBay or something. Not quite sure where the third party is in Walmart. Could you explain that?
Yeah, sure. I mean, Walmart has done a terrific job of building.
Holiday season, in the COVID life, in the people shopping online more. They got used to it, even if, you know, they're healthy and want to get back out. They may not want to go shopping. They may want to go to a restaurant and still shop online. Use their time differently. So there's no question that you may be here in the right time at the right place. That being said, this partnership obviously with Walmart is huge. There's no other way to say it. It's a great one for your company. I know you have many record number of new customers that you're happy to talk about, and increasing revenue 35%. I wonder if you, as we move forward, will you be able to have comps like that? I mean, is it fast growth and then a pause? What do you expect?
No, I mean, look, as you touched on already.
What are some of the most difficult challenges and how are you tackling them? And I mean, it sounds like a textbook question, but I really start to feel like you're in the right place at the right time. I think sometimes I think about how you're getting money from point A to point B. Supply chain issues that may stop somebody from being able to get the money they deserve and then move forward in a different way. There are some hurdles, maybe interest rate hikes, maybe something like that, or customer demand, whether, you know, consumer sentiment plays a part. What are some of the hurdles that you face, and how do you prepare to face those challenges?
Yeah, I mean, our job is
getting growth prospects and worldwide. How many employees do you have? Roughly?
We have about 2,000 employees spanning the whole world. I mean, we really cover everything from.
You have a lot of regulatory things that you have to also handle at the same time. It's wonderful to see you. Scott Gallett, CEO, Payoneer. Thank you for being on the show with us. Come back, give us some updates in the new year. Thank you, and happy holidays.
I look forward to it. Happy holidays. Thanks so much.
What would be a protection type that you're talking about?
Well, it was a rule of thumb. You should have approximately the percentage equal to your age completely protected against losses. So if you're 61 years old, for example, you should have 61%.
Right. And what else do you think that people should have if you were going to go out on a limb and say, I think this is interesting? I mean, I think they have some of the old school things that we know from dividend payers and dollar cost averaging. Is there anything that excites you, whether it's in technology or crypto, that you've been dipping a toe in more so of late?
Yeah, Nicole, we don't do a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I'm more risk averse. I don't love a lot of risk. So that's perfectly fine with a lot of folks who work hard for their money and they don't want to lose it and they don't want to fool around with speculative investments that they don't know where it's going. So I get what you're saying, very much so. That being said, what else, what parameters as a pro do you watch? Are you watching the yield curve? Are you watching oil? What kind of elements, the dollar? You know, when you get up each day, what kind of things do you put together and say, that makes me feel a certain way? Good, bad, bullish, bearish?
I wish I wasn't saying this, but I am. I'm watching what the Fed's doing. I think over the last 10 years, maybe more.
You don't fight the Fed, right? I get it. I get it. I've been on Wall Street for more than 2 decades. I know it. It's very hard to try and bet against what they're doing. So I get what you're saying. It's nice to see you. Happy holidays. Thanks so much. Thank you always, helping us set up for retirement here. Ty J. Young, CEO, Ty J. Young Wealth Management. Thanks. Morningstar, and Julie Bhushal Sharma, equity analyst, also at Morningstar. Thank you both for being with us. So let's have a good discussion here. Julie, I'll start with you. So I was looking, for example, at the cloud November ETF that hit a high in November, and then over the last 1 month or so, it's down about 11%. Tell me about your thoughts about the moves that we're seeing and where there could be opportunity, or is this to be expected?
Yeah, so I think a lot of this is...
Okay, thank you for that, Julie. We'll continue to watch SAP. And Dan, I know you still think that there are some software stocks here in this cloud group that really are still very attractive. And you have some names that are more here at home and some of the high quality big names we know. Tell me a little bit about those, Dan, and why you think there could be some opportunities.
Sure, and thanks for having me. And yeah, I love talking about cloud stocks. So
names that people may have loved, but have been out of love lately. Julie, as we take a look, and there's obviously concerns about everything from new variants for COVID and work from home, work from anywhere. Tell me, expand it out, because I see here you say recommend selling Oracle shares, for example. What are some of the big trends that you're seeing? So if an investor is thinking in their mind, they can sort of go back to what you were saying here.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is based on fundamentals. So even though
it's great if you could take a little money off the table, or and you've made some money. I mean, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I mean, fundamentals and growth projections consistently change. Dan, final thoughts here, because I know you had Zoom and DocuSign. I mean, DocuSign, forget it, got clobbered. But I don't know if anybody wants to comment on cybersecurity. I'm almost out of time. But anyway, Dan, final thoughts here.
Yeah, just some of those high flyers you mentioned, those work from home trades.
Thank you both. I enjoyed our conversation very much. It was nice to chat with you both. Thank you for your insight. We really appreciate it. Dan Romanoff and Julie Bhushal Sharma.